Hi my people, how are you doing? Hope you're doing good. It's your girl Maureen Nike here. I want to say thank you for returning to watch my videos, and if you are new here, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel and I will really appreciate. Thank you. And today's video is about the culture shock that I experienced when I first arrived in the US back in 2001, and up to date it's I'm having about like 2.5 or to 3 years. So this is basically what I experienced, and I would love to share some of the challenge or some of the culture shock that I experienced with you, my people. So let's get started. So number one culture shock that I experienced was the number of cars. Guys, this is when I first landed and we were on our way getting home. I saw a lot of cars on the road, and they were kinda new and they were kinda, clean. This is one thing that shocked me. Guys, there were so many cars on the road, and the roads were big, huge. I was like, oh my god, yes, I have arrived in the US. Guys, I didn't know, like, the cars is a basic need. It's a necessity. Like, you cannot, it's so different, it's so challenging to move from one point to another point when you're using the public transportation. It's not easy. It's a challenge, catching up with the public transportation, because they have specific times that they pick people and drop people. Like, for example, maybe they pick people around 6 in the morning, and they're gonna, another one is gonna come in the afternoon. So this is gonna be a challenge, when you wanna depend on the public means. It becomes so challenging. So that is the reason why people have to buy their cars, and that's the reason why we have so many cars in the US. And this is one thing that is so different from where I come from, so different from Kenya, where we treat like someone buy a car for their own for their own use. Like, it's not basic, it's a kind of lifestyle, and people treat you like you're rich. But here you have to buy your car if you want to have a smooth moving from point to point. Another thing that shocked me, it's loss of taste buds. Guys, when I came here, everything was tasting different. Like, everything was tasting bad. Everything was tasteless. I lost my taste buds, guys. And this one took me a lot of time to get adjusted to it. But one thing that helped me a little bit is my husband just had some spices from Kenya, like Royco, curry, is this the curry powder. So this one really helped me a little bit, so I could use it to make any kind of food I will put those spices. So it left me a little bit, but for the most part I suffered, guys. I suffered, and I got frustrated, and I was missing Kenyan food. I was missing bread, I was missing omena, even skuma wiki tastes so different, guys. So this is one thing I did not expect, that even my taste buds knew my guy, you are from, like, you are not home, where are you? So and this is something that gets fade with time. So nowadays I don't even feel the difference, because I've gotten used to that. So yeah, that was so interesting. And another thing that I came to learn is weather change. Change of weather, guys. Here in US, when it's cold, it's extremely cold. It's cold, guys. Leave alone what we normally say is that it's so cold in Nairobi, it's so cold in Nairobi, guys. That is nothing. Here it is very cold during the winter seasons, and during the summer it's something different. Like, it's hot. It's hot, guys. It's hot until the Americans even just walk very light. People walk without clothes, it can be very, very extremely hot. And that's why when you're in America, you have to buy clothes you have to change clothes according to the seasons. This is something that I did not expect. I knew it was just a normal cold, and it was gonna be like a normal, hot. They are extremely different, guys. So it's so different back at home. We could use you could use the same clothes you bought from January to January, as long as they were still in good condition. You don't need to buy clothes according to weather, no. But here, it will force you to buy winter clothes, and you'll also buy summer clothes, So that is one thing that I did not expect, and it was a shocker to me, Yes. And guys, another thing that also shocked me, it's about taxes and tips. Hey, guys, here in the US, if you see something, let's say in the stores, or you go to the restaurant and you see the prices of the item, it's gonna be different from what you're gonna pay, because you just have to, you need to add the taxes, plus you have to tip for the services. Like, that is one thing different from Kenya. If you see the price of an item or displayed on the shelf, that is the amount you want to pay. And when it comes to tips, you tip what you have, and you give it to someone that serviced you, or someone that served you. And here it's so different. Let's say, for instance, if you go to the restaurant and you wanna give a tip, it is indicated on the receipt, the amount, the percentage that you can tip. If the service is good, you tip certain amount, certain percentage, and when the service is good, bad, you also tip according to that. Like, you don't have your own option. You have to go on the what is indicated on the receipt. So at the end of the day, you're gonna pay totally different price. You're gonna add the price of the tax plus the tipping price, which is gonna get different from what you saw on the price or on the menu. Another thing that also was a kind of shocker, it's pets, guys. Yes, when I talk about pets, these are examples like cats and dogs. Dogs here are being treated like kids, like members of the family. They are being taken to the hospitals. They're being taken to the to the salons for the pedicure, and guys, you can even be taken to jail if you don't take care of your pet easily, guys. So pets are loved, dogs are loved. They're being taken to the car rides. They go with them everywhere. They go with them for shopping. They go with them, for a walk. They even put clothes and makeup for the pets, guys. This is something that really shocked me, because I've never seen such thing in my entire life. Like Kenya, I understand people have pets, but the kind of love people give pets, the kind of attention and love here in US, it's on a different class, guys. So that is one thing that also shocked me, and it was so interesting to learn that. Another thing that also shocked me is about self-service. Self-service is very, very common, and it's popular here in the US. You go to the grocery stores, you do your self-checkout. You go to the gas station, you do self-service to your car. Back at home, it's so different. I remember when I was in Kenya, I used to work in a grocery store, and we could check our client's house and even take them to the park, to the parking slot, and also help them to put their groceries into their cars, guys. Here, regardless of your age, you are by yourself. You do the self-checkout, and you go to the gas station. You're also going to service your car by yourself. That is something that I was like, yes, Kenyan. I find it Kenyan people are spoiled. but here you are by yourself. So yeah, that was a shocker, you know. Another thing that also shocked me, it's about I can say about plastic money. Guys, people here use cards a lot. Cards like credit cards, debit cards, you know, people use cards to pay for items. That brings me to the point, like, you know, it took me a lot of time. It took me so long to see money, you know, like it's so hard to touch money by your hands, because everything you do with your card. That is so different. Like back at home, of course we have M-Pesa, but there are high chances of you know, you have to take that money to the M-Pesa to get deposited. So you can touch money easily. I mean, like even per day you can handle money by your hands. So yeah, that is one thing that shocked me. Like, took me time to see money, you know. Everything is plastic money. You swipe, you do it with your card. So that was so interesting to know that. And also, guys, also one thing that also shocked me, it's about the returning policies. What do you mean by this? Here in US, you buy an item either from the store or online. They have policies for returning policies that are really fair, like favorable. Some stores or online shops, they have so long policies. Some have got 60 days, some has got 30 days returning policy. This is so helpful. For instance, you are unable, you don't have time to return the item immediately. You don't need to worry, because the period is kind of, you know, long for you have a lot of time to return it. And even if you're returning it, you don't need to explain yourself too much the reason why you're returning it. And also, immediately you returned it, you're gonna get your money instantly in your account. But back at home, it can be very challenging to return an item. More so if you lost the receipt. Sometimes it equals to impossible, you know. So this is one thing that I appreciate here, and I find it so you know, very reasonable to give people a longer time of returning. But back at home, you buy something that is, maybe it's not of your size, or you didn't like it, or something like that, or it has some let me say, problem on it. It's so hard to explain to them, you know. And that is one thing I really loved about here. Like, they have good returning policies, you know. And yeah, that is so good to note that. Another thing also that shocked me is about the homelessness here. Guys, this one I did not expect it. Yes, I did not expect it. I only thought that it's only back at home, like in Kenya or in Africa, that we have homeless people because of lack of, you know, employment or many other challenges. But I found that it's a world problem. There's so many people on the street, guys. So many people on the street. This one I did not expect that. Reason being, there's a lot of, it's so expensive. It's very expensive here in the US. We have there's a lot of bills to pay. So if you miss a job, or if you can't get the earning, it's so easy to find yourself in the street. And this one can help, it can happen to anybody, even me. So that's why here there's no time wasting. You can't waste time. You have to work. You have to work for you to, you know, to maintain the roof, and also to you know, pay your necessities. So guys, that one, you know, like one paycheck is away from being homeless. You have to work hard, and that's why you find people working so hard. You find people working like 1 or 2, 3 jobs, you know, to make them, you know, sustain them, you know, guys. So this is one thing I did not expect, and you know, we were not seeing this on the news. We always knew that, you know, everything, like everything is very perfect in the US. Guys, this is so different, and yeah, I did not expect that. And also one thing that also find very challenging here, the cost of making hair. Guys, this one I gave up. I really gave up, and that's why I shaved. The cost when I converted it to Kenya shell, it's too expensive, extremely expensive, and it's a very simple hairstyle that, you know, is not going to even last you for long. And I could not, guys, despite of even being you know, expensive, getting an appointment to go make your hair, that's another issue. Like, if you have an emergency, it's so hard to get your hair done. This is so different from Kenya. Like, there's so many salons, and you just walk in, and you know, and then you get your hair done in a few hours. And yeah, and even the cost of making hair back at home, Kenya, it's fair. So that is one thing that I did not expect. That I did not see it coming, you know, guys. Yeah, so that's why I'm like, oh no, I'm not gonna stress myself, let me just, you know, make it, you know, short. Guys, I did not see that coming. Yes. Another thing that also kind of was a shocker was what was that? Scammers. Back at home, you could get like some calls, maybe 2 in a week, that are from scammers. Guys, I did not expect this. My phone used to ring, like my phone used to ring. I used to get a lot of calls from scammers, guys, and a lot of emails from scammers, a lot of phone calls from scammers, until, you know, you just have to put the app that detect the scammers, you know, that is gonna save you from these a lot of scammers calls. Guys, that one I did not expect that. I did not see that one coming. Yes, there are scammers all over, and here many scammers. You have to be very careful, and you have to you have to put the app that's gonna help you detect, you know, the scamming numbers. Guys, I think for today, that is some of the few, you know, shock that I experienced when I arrived here in the US. Hope, guys, you learn something from it, and it's good to share experiences so that you get to understand what's happening on the other side of the world. Guys, I'm so excited and I'm so happy, and I believe that I'm gonna see you on my next video. Kindly, if you are new here, kindly consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. I will really appreciate it. Will mean a lot to me. And to my returning subscribers, thank you, and see you again, all of us, in our next video. Bye bye.